Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna be reacting to some videos. But yeah, guys. Revenge. So we're gonna be watching 10 kids who got revenge on their bullies. Bullies, yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here. Before this video starts, I just want to quickly remind you guys to follow me on Twitter. I post video updates, photos, and other things I have planned on the channel, and I'm going to be following a bunch of you guys back. Okay, so moving on with the video, today we're going to be looking at 10 kids who got revenge on their bullies. Some of these I found on internet forums, and others are really huge news stories and sometimes even viral videos. It's absolutely crazy how some of these people got their revenge, so get ready. Definitely drop a like if you enjoy. Let's aim for 4,000 likes in this video because it really does help me out. So coming in at number 10, we have Louisa Manning. So when Louisa was around 12 years old, she was bullied about her looks. Basically, people called her fat and hairy, and she was even nicknamed Man Beast by other students. And because of this, she actually spent years barely eating anything because she was so self-conscious. She also had really bad confidence because of it. But as the years went on, she got really attractive, and 8 years after she left school, one of the boys who used to bully her asked her out on a date, and she accepted. They planned to go to a swanky restaurant, but the woman actually came to the restaurant early and asked the waitress to hand this photo and a note to the man when he arrived. The note said, "Hey, so sorry I can't join you tonight. Remember year 8 when I was fat and you made fun of my weight? No? I do. I spent the following 3 years eating less than an apple a day, so I've decided to skip dinner. Remember the monobrow you mocked, the hairy legs you were disgusted by? Remember how every day for 3 years you and your friends called me Man Beast? No? Perhaps you don't, or you wouldn't have seen how I looked 8 years later and deemed me fuckable enough to treat me like a human being. I thought I'd send you this as a reminder. Next time you think of me, picture the girl in this photo, because she's the one who just stood you up." It's safe to say Louisa got a pretty good revenge. I just hope that bully regrets being such a dick before. So coming up next is Casey Haynes. Now this is probably one of the most known stories on this entire list. Basically, a kid called Casey was being badly bullied for years in his high school in Australia. He was bullied for over 4 years about him being fat. One day in 2011, he was being picked on by a bully who wanted to fight him. He hit Casey with some bad punches and shoves, but then out of nowhere, Casey picks him up and throws him above his head. So yeah, he just floored that bully after years of their shit. And then it went totally viral in a 40-second video. I can't show you the video because violence is banned on YouTube, so sorry about that. But anyway, it went viral and got Casey on loads of TV shows and news shows talking about his experience. He even got invited by Justin Bieber to speak at one of his concerts about anti-bullying. Casey is now 19 years old and works as an anti-bullying advocate. So coming up next is cupcakes. Now this one is pretty funny. So basically, a teenager in California was in the 10th grade and was being really badly bullied by a bunch of people in her class. So one day she brought in some cupcakes and handed them out to the bullies. And they tasted really bad, so the bullies asked her why they tasted so nasty. And she said that she'd put spit, hair, and sperm in the cupcakes. So all the bullies started freaking out, but the teenager who was being bullied's plan backfired because one of them called the police. When the police showed up, she said she didn't put all of that stuff in the cupcakes and that she just used mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, and soy sauce, which was in fact the truth. She just lied to the bullies to scare them. So yeah, she didn't actually make them eat sperm or any of that other shit. But it must have been so funny to watch them freak out before the police got there. After that, the school made a rule that no one was allowed to bring in any food from outside the school into the building. So next up on this list is a racist bully. In 2015, a fight broke out in the UK where a white kid was bullying a Sikh kid because he was Sikh. In a viral video that lasts for about 50 seconds, the white kid verbally abuses the Sikh kid, and other people in the video are actually laughing and encouraging the racist kid. But suddenly the Sikh kid dodges one of the punches and knocks the bully to the floor. He then continues to beat him up for around 25 seconds and then chases him down the street. So yeah, he really taught that bully a lesson. In fact, he ran him off his own street. Now I'm not saying you should beat people up if they bully you, but you can't say it doesn't work. So next up is Revenge DVD. I actually got this one from an internet forum, but this one is a crazy real life story, so I wanted to put it in. So these two girls were best friends and they were getting badly bullied by a girl called Georgina. She would call them really bad names, smash their heads on their desks, and beat them up really badly every single day. One day, one of the girls said that she would soon be leaving the school because they were moving house. Her best friend, who was also getting bullied, was really scared that she wouldn't have anyone to help her deal with the bullying. But then the girl who was moving said she wasn't going to leave, knowing her best friend was still being bullied and that she had a plan. The plan was that they decided to film all of the times Georgina bullied them for the few weeks before the girl left the school. But this was before camera phones came out, so they decided to have their laptops with them wherever they went. They made excuses so that they could type instead of write in all of their lessons, such as having slow handwriting or having carpal tunnel syndrome, which means you can't move your hand too well. They also painted over the green light that shows when your webcam's recording. Over the weeks, they recorded Georgina doing all the terrible stuff I was talking about before. They then asked a friend who knew how to edit videos to make a compilation of all of the videos and burn it to a disc. And then it finally got around to the night that the girl was leaving, and the two best friends said goodbye and the girl left. But in the morning, Georgina's mum, the headmaster of the school, and the police all woke up to find the DVD in their mail, because the girls had put it in there just before one of them left. Georgina ended up getting expelled and no other schools would take her, so she ended up having to move country just to go to school. The girls made a fake Facebook account and friended her on it so they could see what happened. And in her adult life, apparently she's not doing too good. So yeah, she ruined their childhood, but the two girls ruined her life. Kinda harsh, but I guess it goes to show, don't be a bully.
No, you write down all your names, so don't be a bully. Bully, bully, for malicious, listen to us. I feel sad.
So next up on this list is Jay Snyder. Now we all know that when you play video games, there's a lot of trash talk.
Shut the fuck up! Can I please talk for a fucking second? Can I talk for a fucking second here, please?
And that's fine. In fact, that's one of the things that I find really funny when I play video games, because you usually end up being pretty good friends with the people and it can just be a bit of fun. But sometimes this can go beyond harmless fun. Jay had been getting bullied for quite a while by this guy. He'd been harassing him online and not just trash talking, but saying some really fucked up things to him at an Evo tournament. If you guys don't know, Evo is a fighting game which has a big tournament every year. Anyway, the bully starts roasting, well, at least what these guys consider roasting the other guy. And then they have a little face-to-face confrontation where Jay doesn't back down. And after that, they play the tournament and Jay kicks the other guy's ass in the game and wins by far. And then after that, he says this.
There's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened, and you're gonna want to come back at me. And you're gonna want to wash the taste of my dick out of your mouth.
So yeah, I'd say that's pretty good revenge. Next up is Defender. This one is a crazy story, and it's actually a video that blew up recently on Facebook. In the video, a fight breaks out between an immigrant kid and another kid, and the other kid was bullying him because he was an immigrant, and the kid getting bullied hadn't even done anything wrong, so that's just fucked up. But anyway, the bully tries to throw a few punches, but the immigrant kid ends up blocking and dodging every single one. Now I don't know if he's some kind of karate expert or whatever, but he's damn good at defending himself. If that's how he can defend himself, he can probably fight really good too. So it's a good thing for the bully that this kid didn't fight back. And the reason he didn't fight back was because he was new to the school and didn't want to get in trouble. And his defensive approach to the bullying worked because the bully got expelled, but he was able to stay at the school. So yeah, he got revenge by not doing anything at all. I guess I take back what I said before about fighting back. Well, if you're this kid, that is. Next up on this list is Poison. So this is another one coming from an online forum, and this one is absolutely crazy. So there was a kid called Jimmy who was bullying this other kid because he was fat and he didn't have too many friends. He would exclude him from anything that him or anyone else in the class did. And one day he even said a bunch of lies to the kid's only best friend, which made the kid that was being bullied so sad. So he decided to get revenge. He began talking about this new spray candy he had and said it was really expensive and rare. And obviously the bully, Jimmy, asked to try some. But the kid said no, and you can probably guess that Jimmy took it anyway. But that's exactly what the kid wanted to happen. And that's because this candy spray was actually his glasses cleaner, and Jimmy just drank the whole bottle of it. So yeah, he pretty much poisoned the bully. That shit could have killed him, but the kid didn't get in any trouble because he never told Jimmy to drink it. And Jimmy turned out to be alright, but he did have to go to hospital. This one is really dangerous, but actually pretty funny and smart considering he was only 11 years old at the time. So coming up next is Austin Higley. In 2015, a student called Austin at a high school in California had an encounter with a bully, and Austin is actually blind, so all he could do to defend himself was hold up his arms. And because he was blind, he didn't know what was going on or where the punches were coming from. Who beats up a blind kid? Seriously. Anyway, he was getting beaten up, but then suddenly his friend jumps in and knocks the bully down and out with just one blow. It just goes to show, don't mess with a disabled person. The bully actually ended up getting suspended and moved schools. I'm guessing wherever he went next, he wasn't so popular. I mean, it's bad enough being the new guy, but if you're also known as being a guy who beats up blind kids, then you're gonna have a bad time. But anyway, the story of the blind guy's friend saving him from being bullied was in the news news all around the world, and the blind guy and his friend even got invited onto the Dr. Phil show to talk about it. And coming up last on this list is Dream Crusher. This one is from an internet forum and is a really crazy story. Basically, a junior boy was getting bullied by a senior girl. Well, one day he decided to set up a camera in the room where he'd always eat lunch alone because he didn't have too many friends, and she would always go in there and beat him up and say really bad stuff to him. So anyway, he set up his camera, and sure enough, the girl came in and beat him up and called him some really bad stuff. And because she was a senior, she was applying to colleges, and this girl had just applied for early admission to a really prestigious and expensive university, and because she applied early, she was pretty much 100% guaranteed to get in. So this guy goes and sends a video to the university, and then the university tells her there's no way she's getting in because they saw the video. Not only did she not get into her dream school, she also got kicked out of her current one, and that's why this guy is the Dream Crusher. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you guys can vote for your favorite revenge. For me, it's a poison one just because he could have fucking died from that. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.